Hello and welcome, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes for the week of the 11th to the 17th of September. This week I am working with the Goddess Love Oracle and my homemade tarot tiles, a little mini tarot deck that I have stuck into resin. This is what we're going to work with this week. Let's see what the message is for the week ahead. So as I shuffle the Oracle, Goddess Dream Oracle, we are asking Spirit for a little bit of insight, guidance, and clarity for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What will the energy be of the week ahead? What will the theme be for the week ahead? What will you be navigating and facing for the week of the 11th to the 17th of September 2023 for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius? Right. Happy with that shuffle. Cut the deck, take a card off the top, put the rest away, and let's get into it. So air signs, the theme for your week ahead is, we have card 13, Free Spirit. Oh, I love these art. The artwork is just so beautiful. And it says to you across the bottom here to be your own person. Be your own person, free spirit. You know, I love that because it's not often we get permission, and not that you need permission, all right? But, you know, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, sometimes it's just nice to know that you have a week to just be you, to just be your own person, to not worry about what other people may think, to not worry about what other people may perceive or what other people may imagine or what other people even want of you, but a week for you to just be free, okay? And I'm not going to say free as in the what society expects of you. I'm saying to you free as in, if you want to be an artist, be an artist. If you, even if you're no good at it, okay? Because actually I think if you allowed yourself to be free, if you allowed your creative juices to flow in that way, I think you'd actually surprise yourself as to how good you actually are. But it's when we try and confine, limit, or restrict, or when we have expectations, that we lose our creativity. And that's the message that I'm getting for you guys this week. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, I'm not telling you to go against the grain. I'm not telling you to do anything radical. But what I'm saying is everything that you do it in a way that makes sense to you. Do it in a way that brings you happiness and joy. Do it in a way that brings you just a little bit of motivation and inspiration, because you are free. And maybe over the last couple of weeks you've been too restricted. Maybe over the last couple of weeks you've been too refined, or you've been too safe. And I think that's the word. You've been too safe. And this is Spirit saying to you, actually, for this week, for the 11th to the 17th, there are no expectations, there are no limits, no restrictions. You are free, free spirit. You are free to be whoever and whatever you need to be. So I'm going to now add some tarot into the mix to see how it wants to add to this message of being free, of not allowing ourselves to be limited or restricted. So I'm gonna shuffle the tarot, and I'm gonna grab a small handful and drop them onto our oracle and see. It can be a bit noisy, so just bear with me for a second while I shuffle. Just moving them around, and let's grab a few. Okay, and dropped. Right, so the table has stopped vibrating. We have got one card face up, and we've got two cards face down. I will tell you that there is another card that's landed outside of camera shot here, which is also face down. Now, the reason why I show you or point out the difference between face up and face down is because when I work with tarot tiles, face up means look at me now. So I'll always go for them first. They have the most significance. When a card is face down, it's saying I'm relevant, but I'm not as important. So look at me, but don't take me as absolute truth. Whereas face up is absolute truth. So this one that's off camera here, I'm just going to bring it in like that, just to show you that it is face down. And because it's out of camera, it has even less significance than these two. Okay, so I will read that one last because it's out of camera shot. So it's saying, you know what, like, you know, actually you don't really have to pay me any attention, but if you're curious, you can see what I am and what I have to say. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, we're going to start off with this one that is face up. It's the only one that's face up, and it is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is the card of chaos and conflict. Five of Wands is the card that says everybody's struggling, everybody's fighting, everybody's trying to have a say, everybody's got an opinion, okay? Everybody's got their 2 cents that they want to add to the situation. And what the Five of Wands is saying to you is don't get caught up in the chaos. All right? Don't get caught up in the chaos, because everybody has an opinion. Everybody's got something to add, something to say. Everybody thinks that their way is the only way. But remembering you are a free spirit, be your own person. So understand that when arguments, when challenges, when conflict, when strife is taking place around you, this is spirit saying to you, stop, time out, do not get involved. Cross, cross, cross. No, no, no. Do not get involved, okay? Because if you get involved, you're going to come out of it as the worst person. You are going to come out of it as the instigator, the creator, the initiator, all of those things of the chaos. And that's not the case at all. So, we're always going to have differences of opinion. We're always going to have situations where, we can't please everybody. And if you keep trying to please everybody, you're going to come off as the bad person. So this is spirit saying to you, air signs, do not participate, do not engage, do not get involved in the chaos that is happening around you. Be the free spirit. Be the one person who steps aside and says, I'm out. Without fear of ridicule, of judgment, or what anybody has to say. Be that one person who is free enough, brave enough, courageous enough, who has that no care attitude enough to actually be their own person and to say, I'm not doing it. I'm not engaging. I'm not participating. Be that person this week. Okay, let's see what these two have to say. I'm going to start with the one at the top. Aha. You see, now we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is the card of nightmares. It's the card of stress, anxiety, and pressure. So it's saying to you that if you continue to engage, if you continue to try and resolve the fights, the challenges, and the conflicts. I actually want to move that one over there because it's the one we're focusing on. This side is where we're not focusing. So the Nine of Swords is saying to you that, the stress, the anxiety is high, but remembering it was face down. But it's telling you that if you get engaged, if you participate, if you get sucked into the chaos that is happening around you, if you lose your free spirit, this is what awaits you. This is what you can look forward to. And obviously nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So we're going to do things our way. We're going to do things in a way that makes sense to us. We're not going to participate in everybody else's chaos. The next one we have is the King of Pentacles. So this is quite interesting. The way that I am understanding King of Pentacles right now is that King of Pentacles is saying to you that we have to readjust our expectations. King of Pentacles has the luxury of material possessions. So he has an abundance of food, he has an abundance of wealth, he has an abundance of health, he has the finest and finest of furniture and finishings and whatever else. He drives in the fancy cars, he lives in this perfect world. But I can promise you that one thing that he doesn't have is a free spirit. Because he is who he is, he has the pressure of society, of his career, of his family, of his whatever, to maintain the status. So that's what I'm seeing him as, a status and ego. Okay, status and ego. And air signs, this is spirit saying to you this week that you don't need to play that game. You don't need to keep up with that, because it's just stress. It's just stress. You are a free spirit, whether you have 1 rand, whether you have 10 rand, 100 rand, 1,000 rand, 10,000, 100,000, or 1,000,000. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stop playing the games that everybody else is playing and be true to yourself. As long as your heart is pure, as long as you have no heaviness in your soul, you are the best person there is. Let's have a look at our last one. Remember, this one was out of camera, which means that it only has a very small voice. Let's see what it is. Okay, so we have the card of reminiscing. It's the Six of Cups. It's the card of thinking back to a past. It's thinking back to a time when things were easier, simpler, and less complicated. It's wishing. It's comparing today with yesterday, today with last week, last month, last year, last whenever. And it's that whole feeling of nostalgia. So What Spirit is saying to you, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this week, you need to be a free spirit. You need to do what feels right to your heart and soul. You need to not keep up with the Joneses, because if you keep up with everybody else, you're only going to create heartache, disappointment. You're going to feed the ego monster, and this ego monster is not going to do you well. And yes, you've got to think back to a time when life was simpler. And when was life simpler? When you weren't engaging in chaos. That's when life was simpler, when you were not engaging in chaos. So take all of that in. This week, if you find out a little bit of drama, a little bit of chaos and conflict, choose to walk away. Choose to be a free spirit and to not engage. If you're finding yourself becoming overly stressed, remind yourself, free spirit. You are a free spirit. Be a free spirit. Be happy this week. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, interesting week ahead for you. As always, sending you much love and many blessings. And until we connect again, take care.